Saint Miguel Febres Cordero was from Cuenca, Ecuador, and was crippled in both legs since birth, but then started to stand alone when he was 5 years old after experiencing a vision of Our Lady. He was homeschooled until he was 9 years old and joined the De La Salle brothers at 14 years old. He was a great teacher in religion and in Spanish, and he was a holy man. He was chosen to attend the beatification of St. Baptist de La Salle in Rome in 1887. He caught pneumonia and died on February 7, 1910 at Premia. Pope Paul VI beatified him in 1977, and Pope John Paul II canonized him in 1984. In the case of Saint Miguel Cordero, despite his disability, he was still able to accomplish his mission in life and touch the hearts of many people. He was a teacher who did not mind learning from his students. He always tried to teach them in ways that they could understand. And he was a very kind and compassionate person to everyone. Although he was a great scholar and a prolific author, Saint Miguel never failed to prioritize teaching his students well. He was loved by everyone, and this is why when he caught pneumonia and died, the whole country of Ecuador felt a great sense of loss. Eventually, the conviction grew that he should be recognized as the country's first ever saint, and so in 1977, Pope Paul VI beatified Saint Miguel, and in 1984 was canonized by Pope John Paul II. Saint Miguel was not a saint because of his intellectual ability, but instead, he was a saint because his prayer life overflowed in generosity and service to others. The following are the virtues Saint Miguel Cordero exemplified. Silence. Saint Miguel accepted his challenge as a crippled man and still pursued to educate himself and become a great teacher despite having his own disability. He chose to accept his role given by God as he saw it as a grace from him. Humility. Despite his father's objection, he became true to his character by joining the De La Salle brothers, even though his father wanted him to have a job that will give him a better future. Prudence. He held the position of a school teacher in Quito for over 3 decades, where he became known as a gentle and dedicated individual, thus balancing compassion and courage in making decisions and establishing relationships. Wisdom. He is a saint not because of his intellectual ability, but because the warmth of his prayer life overflowed in generosity and service to others. Reserve. In 1909, Saint Miguel went to a school in Barcelona to become a Christian brother. Unfortunately, this was during the Spanish Revolution, and he experienced a week of upheaval known as Tragic Week. This week was full of protests and strikes, churches were being burned in the city, and schools were being under attack. Despite this, Saint Miguel took the Blessed Sacrament from the chapel and he led the novices across the bay where they found safety. Gentleness. His willingness to inspire children led him to conduct religious retreats and also helped to prepare children for their first communion. Zeal. As a teacher, he was always searching for new ways to teach his students. Piety. Saint Miguel joined the Christian Brothers. He also went to a school in Spain where young men were preparing to be Christian brothers. Generosity. At the age of 17, Saint Miguel published his first textbook about Spanish grammar. He soon became a teacher and continued writing his scholarly works, which earned him academic honors. However, Saint Miguel did not see himself as important. For him, the important ones are his students.